Good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, July 25th, 2018. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Again, the major level that we've been watching here in the ES is the 2790. More specifically, we have this 2791.75. That's the FOMC key level from June 13th. Initially it was offered, then it came down here, built a little energy, and we saw a squeeze. It's been holding above that level ever since, and again, at some point, may not be today, may not be until next week, if that level gives out, it will open up a return back into support between 26.95 and 27.0375. So again, we could be looking at another pullback as long as price starts to break below 27.90. Now that still may not occur. And so again, as I've mentioned before, the market has been mostly in an uptrending type of behavior, and you got to continue to go in that path until you see the market prove otherwise. And in this case, the market started to show some rejection at the upper end of the previous session's range. The NQ looks even more pronounced in its rejection. And so it's early signs. It may not be the top right now, but it's early signs of a potential rejection that could lead to stops getting run below 27.90 and perhaps returning price back into recent support. One thing we talk about, especially in the trading room here, is the tendency for August to see a pullback, which could be a buyable dip heading into the end of the year. Another potential pullback opportunity occurs in October. So this could lie right within that framework of the channel as well. And all of this, again, if support is reached, could be a great longer term buy opportunity. So right now, watching for signs that we may be topping out up here, and then confirmation occurs through 27.90. So taking a look now at the NQ, you'll see the NQ has a little bit more pronounced rejection up there. Prices reached new highs, and after a major stop run where the midpoint was beyond multiple day highs, we got a rejection tail, a signal there, and now price is holding back below the previous session's midpoint. So I mentioned to our group yesterday in the trading room that 74.40 is the major area to watch. That level, if price starts to push through it, will likely suggest another push to new highs. So again, that's a key level to watch. If bears start to defend that level, it could take a day or two before we start to see some sort of turnaround. So again, today could be an absorption day. Fade the edges with a downward bias as bears try to keep 74.40 offered. Taking a look now at crude oil. What you'll notice with crude is that price again is in a very tightly coiled range. This market has been hesitant to go in any direction, up or down, in the recent 5 to 8 days after this sell-off. It's been pretty significant here because we had some strong lows here, and then we started, but we didn't bounce, and instead we had failed new highs there, but we haven't dropped below the 67.50s, and instead we're kind of just holding. And really, again, if you zoom out of this thing, it continues to look like a rounded bottom. It continues to look kind of like a very compressed ascending pattern. You know, any direction could be significant here. And again, as I usually say, if the bears had everything they wanted to get this thing going down and they failed, I think we may see a big stop run coming. So keep an eye on 69.5. Above 69.5 will open up 71.78 and a shot to return back toward the previous month's close at around 74 and change. So again, we're compressing significantly. If you look at the 5-day ADR here, very, very narrow. We know what happens after that. We usually see a major increase of volatility. Recently, that volatility has given us at least 7 handles of range, and so again, could be a big time move up. All of this could be started with a failed new low as well. This thing could drop and throw off a tail. That would be a beacon for strength. So again, right now compressing significantly. I think a major move could be coming out of this one soon, so keep an eye on crude oil. If you take a look now at RTY was one that was giving us early signs of pause yesterday morning, as it was showing more weakness than the broader market there and kind of led the move downward. This is important because we had a significant day in the previous session. Keep an eye on 1691. If price were to pull back into that area, bears will look to defend and attempt to push this thing back toward the previous month's close. That could be between basically 1633 and 1643. And so again, early signs here of weakness. Outside day yesterday, a bearish outside reversal, and again, any pullback into 1691 may be a selling opportunity for bears. If that starts to play out, if bears defend 1691s, that could be an early signal for the broader market as well. Keep an eye on that one. And lastly, Bitcoin reaching our 8,500 target. So when price was down here, we were talking about a 3-point reversal. We mentioned that if price can get above the LVN in 6,700, it opens up 8,500. We hit it today. That is the high of the day so far, 8,500. Now we're back off that level, and again, that was the target to take the bulk of the trade off of. Hit it perfectly on the dot. I mentioned that there could be some overflow if you want to be more aggressive and hold. 9K could be a good target, but I really wouldn't shoot much beyond that. So any pullback could be an opportunity to try and get another round higher, but as of the first major explosive move here, nice target on that one. Expect some selling pressure and a little bit of a pullback here. And again, based on how strong this thing rallied out of this accumulation pattern, any pullback could be a great buy, and that would really show us the strength if it was able to power higher to 9K. So we'll see how this pullback plays out, but a great move out of Bitcoin. All right, that is it for now. Let's see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.